Xbox finally got one. Like, finally. Not a, maybe it'll be good after 3 patches, win. Not a Game Pass makes it easier to forgive win. Not a the fan base is coping again win. A real one. Forza Horizon 6 is reviewing like a monster. We're talking about a game sitting around a 92, one of the highest rated games of 2026 so far, set in Japan, launching day 1 on Game Pass, and once again proving that Playground Games might be one of the most reliable studios Xbox has. And somehow, Xbox still made it weird, because the moment Xbox finally gets the type of win fans have been begging for, the conversation immediately becomes, cool, so when does PlayStation get it? And bro, at some point you have to ask the ugly question. If Xbox's best games don't stay Xbox games, what exactly is the Xbox console selling? Let me be clear, this is not a Forza Horizon 6 hate video. Actually, it's the opposite. Forza did its job. This game looks expensive, it looks polished, it looks like the type of first-party flex Xbox desperately needed. Japan was the dream setting. Fans have been asking for this forever. Neon streets, mountain roads, JDM culture, beautiful scenery, over-the-top Horizon Festival energy. This is the type of game that should make Xbox fans puff their chest out and say, yeah, that's ours. And that's the problem, because it doesn't really feel like ours anymore, does it? It feels like Xbox fans get early access to the party, and PlayStation gets the invitation later. The official Forza site says, Forza Horizon 6 comes to Xbox Series X and S and PC first, with PS5 coming later this year. So no, this is not speculation, this is not some leak, this is not maybe one day. Xbox already told everybody what the plan is, and that's where the whole thing gets awkward, because imagine being an Xbox fan right now. You've been taking L's online for years, people clown the console, people clown the exclusives, people clown Game Pass, people say Xbox has no identity, people say Xbox is just becoming a publisher. Then Forza drops, boom, 92 score, Japan setting, day 1 Game Pass, one of Xbox's cleanest wins in years, and instead of the conversation being Xbox is back, it becomes can't wait to play it on PS5. That is insane. Not because more people playing games is bad, I'm not saying that, but from a brand perspective, from a fan perspective, from the emotional side of owning a console, that is brutal. Because Xbox finally got the win, but it didn't feel protected. It felt temporary. And that's the real Xbox problem. It's not that Xbox can't make good games. Forza proves they can. It's not that every Xbox studio is failing. Playground Games clearly isn't. The problem is that Xbox keeps creating reasons to not need Xbox hardware. PC, you're covered. Game Pass, you're covered. Cloud, you're covered. Steam, you're covered. PlayStation later, apparently you're covered too. So then the average person looks at the Xbox console and says, wait, why do I need this box? And that is a dangerous question, because PlayStation sells you the idea of PlayStation. Nintendo sells you the idea of Nintendo. Xbox right now is selling access, and access is convenient, but access is not sexy. Access does not make people argue in comment sections. Access does not make people line up for hardware. Access does not make people feel like they're part of something exclusive. And yeah, maybe exclusives are old school. Maybe the future is everywhere. Maybe Microsoft is playing a bigger game than console wars. Cool. But then just say that. Because right now, Xbox is trying to have it both ways. They want the hype of being a console brand, but the strategy of a third-party publisher. And that's why every win feels confusing. Here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. Xbox fans don't just want good games. They want games that make owning an Xbox feel justified. That's different. A good game is cool, but a game that makes your console feel like the place to be? That hits different. That's why exclusives matter emotionally, even when people pretend they don't. It's not just business, it's identity. It's being able to say, you need this console to play this. But with Xbox, that line keeps getting blurrier, and Forza Horizon 6 might be the clearest example yet, because this should be one of the easiest wins Xbox has had in years. A 92 rated racing game, a massive franchise, a dream setting, Game Pass day 1, a polished first-party release. This should be a victory lap. Instead, it feels like Xbox crossed the finish line, then handed the trophy to everybody else. Now, to be fair, there is a smart version of this argument. Maybe Xbox doesn't care about the box anymore. Maybe Microsoft looked at the console war and said, why are we fighting over one plastic box when we can sell software everywhere? And honestly, that might make money. Putting Forza on Xbox, PC, Game Pass, Steam, and eventually PlayStation probably makes way more business sense than locking it down forever. But here's the problem. Business sense and fan excitement are not the same thing. A spreadsheet might love this strategy, but the Xbox fan base, they're left asking, so what are we loyal to? The console, the ecosystem, Game Pass, the brand, the studios, the idea of Xbox? Because if every big Xbox win eventually becomes a win for everyone else too, then Xbox fans are not getting exclusives. They're getting early access, and that is a completely different emotional deal. That's why Forza Horizon 6 is such a weird moment. The game didn't fail Xbox. Xbox didn't drop a bad game. This isn't Redfall. This isn't a broken launch. This isn't another wait until next year situation. This is Xbox actually delivering. And somehow that makes the bigger problem even louder, because now we know Xbox can still make bangers. We know Xbox can still publish world-class games. We know Xbox still has studios that can put out premium, polished, highly rated releases. So the issue is not talent, the issue is direction. Xbox can win the game review battle and still lose the identity war. That's crazy. So here's my take. Forza Horizon 6 might be one of Xbox's biggest wins of 2026, but it also exposes the most uncomfortable truth about modern Xbox. They can still make games that look like system sellers. They just don't seem interested in using them to sell the system, and maybe that's the future. Maybe Xbox is not trying to beat PlayStation with consoles anymore. Maybe Xbox wants to become the biggest gaming publisher on every screen. But if that's the plan, then Xbox fans deserve honesty, because you can't keep selling people the dream of Xbox while slowly making the Xbox console feel optional. Forza didn't expose that Xbox is weak. It exposed something worse. Xbox can be strong and still make its own fans wonder why they bought the box. So now the question is simple. Is Xbox smart for bringing Forza Horizon 6 to PlayStation later? Or is this exactly why the Xbox brand feels like it's losing its identity? Drop your take in the comments, because I already know this one is going to get messy.